Let me introduce you Marco Rosetti here. And thank you for being here.
Grazie, questo.
Thank you, Marco.
Grazie, Andrea. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm happy to be here again since last 2013, the last OTB. And I want to start with an image that I have in my desktop. And it comes in my mind something about innovation. Do you know what is that? It's Mars. Easy. And I want to start with this because we want to talk about innovation in La Marzocco. So when they called me in 2012, and I look at La Marzocco like this. I didn't know anything about. So for me, it was an empty space. But today I want to tell you if this, Mars, is really an empty space. Ho perso il mio clicker. It's still an empty space. So keep in mind about this picture, because it comes again at the end. Innovating for us in La Marzocco is to discover and combine different things, something that is already we know, but we don't know how to combine each other. And I want to show this magical trip in the last 2 years in La Marzocco, inside La Marzocco, so you can have the experience to go with us together in 20 minutes through 2 years of real innovation with successes and failures. That is always good to innovate. Innovation is a magical trip for us. It's really something that is surprising us every day. For this reason, I would like you have the same experience. So we decide that you create the presentation today and the sequence. This is the reason why you see the boxes behind me. So I would like to play the game with you. So I don't want to go through the sequence that I forecast for you today, but I like to follow your desire. So it's enough that you tell me a number of the box, and I will go through the presentation through your sequence. So we go together, and we discover the 10 basic elements to innovate in La Marzocco. There is a little game behind, like a lottery. Inside one of these boxes, there is a gift for you at the end. So I hope you find the right box to get the gift with you tonight, okay? So, shall we start? So please choose the number. We want to choose the number. You want to choose the number? Number two. Number two. What do you think we talk about? Which is one of the elements of innovation? What we are going to talk about here? Try to tell something. Otherwise, you don't win the gift if there is in this box. Think. We have to go to dinner. The Wi-Fi connection. Oh, very good. We talk about innovative company. La Marzocco is an innovative company. I work for different companies around the globe, but I see in La Marzocco the real germ of innovation. And I want to show you why it's an innovative company. The first thing is that they truly think that is not more Leonardo period. It's not more Leonardo time. No one man invent everything. But you need a team. You need all the company attitude aligned with innovation strategy. I want to show something that I see through these 2 years. First, there is a strategic innovation leadership. When I talk with management, they know very clearly where they want to go. You will see here, you could see here, you saw in the last OTB, and this is not a real number that we are going to see, but they know if they can put money, so in the balanced portfolio, in the radical innovation or incremental innovation. Normally, in average, the company put the money like this. I can't show you the real number of La Marzocco, but I can ensure you that they have clear vision where to put money. It's like to go into casino, to hazard, to play the game, and not to know where to put the money in the number. it's very important to have the strategic innovation leadership. So the management in this company is really aligned with a vision of innovation. Another element of the company is the attitude all around the company. Do you know this man who is? I like to say that La Marzocco is the Ferrari of coffee machine makers. So this man is Enzo Ferrari. When they asked him, which is the best Ferrari you made, do you remember what he answered? He said, the next one. So continuous, be curious, be fast in failure and doing something new every time. And I know all the people in the Marzocco, you can touch this, have this in mind. Then I discovered another thing. When I met first day, Roberto, Guido, Kent, all the management, they introduced me to the guys, the engineers. There were 4. Look now, after 2 years, what they do. Whoa, I think is it deserve an applause for that? It's not easy. It's not absolutely easy. It's not by chance that they put people around, they go, there is an investment, there is a reasoning behind, there is a recruiting, you have to choose the right people. It's quite difficult. It's not enough. Look, they make a structure for innovation. It's very rare. We go very fast on that. And they put money, real money. They create new space to work for R&D. They make better process of innovation. And above all, they learn how not to avoid the external insight. This is a typical problem of the company, the not invented here syndrome. They accept external contamination with open innovation, with an innovation network they create during not only the last 2 years, as you can imagine, but they still focus on having contamination by outside. And this kind of situation is one of these moments of contamination. So they are very keen on keep the innovation high in the mindset. And what's this? This is a story about a person maybe you know, is Andrea Curtarelli, a sales manager. And this is the home of Andrea, because they also try to prize innovation, and they gave the Linea Mini, one of the Linea Mini, to Andrea, because he started for this insight to create this product. So pricing innovation is also an element to have the innovation at a high level in a company. When you innovate, there is a problem. All the company wants to innovate because it's very cool. So we create the cool touch and the lever machine. But I want to show that they still sell Strada. In the meanwhile, they create the lever machine. So it's needed to have a good balance between the resources that occupy their time to work on innovation and occupy time to produce and to create value daily. This is not for granted. Most of the company, they start to make a confusion inside. So they do this in the last 2 years since the last out of the box. Sorry, there is another one. So please, remember, who chose the 2? You. Okay, thank you very much. Number seven. We go fastly to number 7. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's cool. This is one of the important things about innovation in the company. We need people, they like to have desire. And this company has a lot of desires. Well, we collect it into 3. I think you can guess, but we can show you. So they want to be a coffee supply. This is a technical desire. They want to speed the heating time, reduce installed powers. I want to tell you that our job is always to solve trade-offs, mechanical trade-offs. In this case, it's very clear. So we break our brain to solve some trade-off, some new trade-off for the customer. And the last one is a process innovation. That is, we want to create some machine that in the process of production let us to have less changes in a structural way. So, like to save cost, but also to personalize better the product for the customer. This is the desire of the company that is very important to have the engine of innovation always on. So if you don't desire anything, you don't innovate. You stay in the comfort zone. So please, another number. Number one. Number one. We talk about people. Yes, we have a little story to tell you. This year, we create an open innovation session. So look what happened. We went in the place of production. You can see some of the employees of La Marzocco, and in the middle, Piero Bambi. And Piero is quite silent during this session, but he said this. This guy's got no cool ideas for me. And Roberto comes suddenly, and they start quite fighting. They say, I let Roberto think he's inventing. But Piero changed his mind because he see the guys working properly. And he say, cool, they are going cool ideas. This is because Roberto is not here. And then Paula, one of the engineers that I knew 3 years ago, she's worried because what could we tell Piero when he comes back? Because he doesn't know if Piero likes this. So I want to tell this story just to tell you that the climate in the company is quite good. It's a smiling company. It's a positive company. It's a positive attitude from the founder, the Piero Bambi, and to the management, through all the employees, contribute together to create new product, new way of produce the product of La Marzocco. Ciao, Roberto. And all the stuff together to create innovation all the day. So please, another number. 9. Ta, 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 ta. So we talk about obstacles. It's not so easy to innovate because every time you have to face some obstacles, they will see which are in La Marzocco. These obstacles, they told me this obstacle. I don't invent this obstacle. So I ask you, the employees and engineer, which are? It's too easy to go downhill. Mr. Einstein said this sentence before he's dying, 2 years before. He said, it's stupid to expect different result if you behave in the same way. So you have to look for obstacles, as otherwise it doesn't work. So what we learn as an obstacle? It's a lazy mind. It's better not to change something, mainly if this things works. So you have to look for something that you don't know and maybe doesn't work. No fear of mistake. This is the lazy mind approach that doesn't exist now in La Marzocco. And when it works like this, we fight to avoid the lazy mind mindset, okay? So, go to another number. 3, number 3. Wow. This is very, very, very good number. So, this is about ideas. Innovation is done by ideas. But do you pay your loans with ideas? Yes? No? No, it's impossible. So we want to share with you what are the ideas in La Marzocco, what we mean for ideas. Mr. Edison said, to have great ideas, have a lot of them. To have great solutions, you need a lot of ideas. So ideas is something like that. It's something in the air. I don't know if you know this prototype. It's the car you can pack. But it's not a solution. It's something that is not in the street. And we have a lot of ideas in La Marzocco. I will show you something that you don't see in the market. This is the Hyperloop, the project. We participate to this project. It's a 35 minutes, maybe people from US know about this project. It's about from Elon Musk, the Tesla owner. And it's a 35 minutes San Francisco, Los Angeles project. So a train that goes in 35 minutes for 600 miles. This is a fork and the knife and the spoon together. This is the flying car in the 50s. This is the famous Tucker. And this is the living room inside the car from the Regus. It's a concept. And this is the pipeline you need, where to put the ideas, because you have a lot of ideas, 1,000 of ideas. It's a very big effort to choose the right one. So you need to rationalize this, and we do it in La Marzocco all the day. And I want to show this. This is a very secret project. I can't go deeply inside, but it's just sketches. It's not a solution. We have a lot of this, a lot of sketches. Okay? This is a secret. It's behind the circle. So many ideas. We hope they come with great solution. But we do it because we like the last word, that is this, if I don't make wrong. The last one is a methodology and discipline. You can be creative, but you are not innovative if you are not disciplined, if you have not stamina. Okay? You will need discipline to go through a good solution output. Please, another number. We go through complete the innovation process. Hey, 8. Yes. What you expect from number 8. Tools. Wow. So we can play a game now together. Discipline and tools. We are not strong enough by ourselves. You need something to replicate. We don't need to smoke marijuana to be creative. It's impossible. If we have Piero or Guido or Roberto asking for, or the market asking for something new, we don't smoke something or having some vision, and we create something. We need a process, and we use this. Very easy. Diverging and converging, generating ideas and producing solution. And we want enough a solution, new, attractive, feasible, and effective. If they are not in this criteria, we don't accept the solution, and they still remain ideas. It's very important that you know that La Marzocco is very keen on this process. And we go through all this methodology, and I want to show one of the techniques that we use. Do you want to do it? Yes? Come. It's not like a musician. I don't take you outside, but you can stay there. So this is a chair, you know? It's a chair. Where you come from? Romania. Where? Bucharest? Yeah. So this is a chair. Okay. What happens if we take out the legs? It's a chair without the legs. Yes. But if until now I sell a chair, but my market is mature, I need a blue ocean, I need something new market to sell there, I take out the legs. So I don't have to change my production line. I just take out the legs. This is called the displacement template. A lot of products were created with this template. And this is the fantastic story of the infant seat in the 50s in US. So we proceed not only with these techniques, but we use one of these to create something new. And some of the new solution you will see here in the out-of-the-box session. So we can go through another number. I didn't. 10, sorry. 10, immediately 10, go to learning. So I ask my friends engineers what they learn in these 2 years of innovation. And I'm happy about the answer. because they say two things that are very important from human side, from human point of view. Yes, I write this as, we learn, so we are better than machine. So one is go out of the box. So it's not only out of the box manner. It's a matter of combining, as I told you in the presentation, in the beginning of the presentation. So one of the things is to be curious, to observe all over the world, to observe objects, to observe nature, to observe everything, to be obsessed by external things, not your stuff. And the other stuff is the trade-off. The mindset is to solve something, to desire something with some constraints. I see a lot of people that want to innovate thinking just to the desire. But in La Marzocco, we are mature to understand that if you desire something, you need some constraints. If you want to earn double money next year, it's not an innovative problem. It's not a problem for an innovator. It's a problem if you say, I want to earn double money without steal money, without work a double, without. And this is very clear, and we work in this way every day. Another number, I think we are going to finish. 6, thank you. Wow, openness. Do you remember, Piero, situation, people all around? That was the real project that we done this year for creating something that we can show. It's about openness. It's the way we do open innovation. We run open innovation inside La Marzocco, and I have an example to show you. Normally, this is the way to innovate, the funnel of innovation, very simple. And this is a good way to innovate. And it's based on the concept that all the genius are inside La Marzocco. It's like to say that in this room, that are all the genius that we need to create something. I smile on this. It's stupid. Statistically talking is stupid. Because there are 7 billion people outside this room. And statistically speaking, there are more genius outside this room, or not. So this is a good way to innovate. But this is the great way to innovate. So just open the boundaries, as we told before. To have a lot of ideas, you need 7 billion people, if you can, not just 100. Or thinking about that in La Marzocco, there are all genius. So La Marzocco, as I showed before, is organized with all these institutions to work together to create something new, even if it doesn't work. Because you need always to be contaminated by external insight. They did one project this year. There was about asking for something specific to everybody. In the open innovation model, it's called directed participative. So all the people, everyone, for something very focused, very specific, for a need of La Marzocco in the product pipeline. And we take, thanks to Enrico Wurm, the screenshot. They use a crowdsourcing platform, very useful. I think is a CAD Crowd, about the tamping stand. And they realize this with engineers around the world. I think it's a very good, innovative project. And not all the company are able to do because they are feared to have some solution that come from outside. Do you remember the not invented here syndrome? Most of the company, they prefer to innovate inside, not to be blamed by the management because they say, what are you doing there? I pay to invent, but you take the invention by outside. So it's a very, very old mindset that is very far from the company La Marzocco attitude, very far from La Marzocco. So they did this year. So I think we miss some number or not? Number one. Number one we talked about already. Yes? 5, thank you. Wow. So we miss another one. So talking about failures, I want to show this. I collect some failures, very famous failure in the market, because We can't show you the La Marzocco failures, but I give it for guaranteed. We did a lot. Write with wrong and fail fast. Fail fast is a famous sentence from Bill Gates. Things went wrong. Do you remember this? Yes, the mini disc. Failure. And this? The laser disc. Failure. And this? This is before the iPod. This is the Rio MP3 reader. And this? Satellite mobile phone. Failure. And this? Apple. There is an Apple logo there. So big failure. Newton. The former, we can say, iPad, we can say. So don't be afraid of failure, because even big company, big brand did it. If you don't do failure, you don't have a good solution, for sure. I think we missed just one number. That is 4, number 4. I don't know who win 4, because nobody say. Who say 4? 4. Thank you. Solution. Yeah, so solution. We want to show something very secret, we can say, a secret of innovation. Solution is different from ideas, because one of the problems that we have is to choose the right idea and to transform it in solution. What you see here is the process, the long process of creating the lever machine, Roberto. You know how long was the process. And you remember, solution for us in La Marzocco has to be new, attractive for the market, feasible, and effective. I don't know if Chris is here, but this is his father. Did you see his presentation about his father today? And this is his father's sentence. And I like to tell this. It's the first time he allows me to tell this to you. He told me that one night his father said to his mother, they were in the honeymoon time, but one night during the dinner, he said, hey, it was Italo-Americano. He said, I love you. You love me. But who washed the dishes? Yeah. This is the perfect formula to understand what is the solution. I love you, you love me is the idea, the show. But there is no show if there is no business. So who wash the dishes is the business. You need to transform an idea in money, in something that is profitable. And this is difficulties. And this is the project. The solution. You see like the butterfly, and this is something that when the engineers see this, they arrive at the end. It's quite close to the end. This is the solution, the patent, a technical new solution, and this is a fact. Nothing can fight against this. And the other diamond of this year, I think, is the cool touch. I think it's over there. As we can be proud about that. And this is the pictures that we can show to you. The innovation story behind. We look for new materials and new mechanical components inside. I don't know if you show how it works. And this is a very strong thing that we came out with during this year. And I hope you enjoy to touch and not to feel warm by the touch. So I think we closed, and I want to show the last picture. If you remember, the first one is about Mars. Do you remember? And do you remember it was written empty space? When I saw La Marzocco the first time, I remember Roberto and Guido in the production place, and they asked me, could you help us in rationalize the innovation process? And I remember I told Guido, I don't know if I'm able to do it. So I see an empty space in front of me. I don't know about anything about coffee machine. But I have hope in life as an innovator, as a a person that likes to be curious and observe, that something is very important in this world. I want to close with something that you face just this afternoon. Even in Mars, maybe important is the water. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marco.
There is the winner to prize.
Okay, who's the
so-
winner?
I think is a person that was very keen on keep the chair and stay attending this presentation, and he has the chance to see where we put the gift in the box. So the winner is that guy in the number 2 box. So
take your gift.
It's La Marzocco gift, a little gift for you, and thank you.
I was outside drinking beer. So.
Yeah, good point, very good. Thank you very much. Okay.
So thank you again, Marco, and thank all of you guys for being here. And now it's time for question and answer.
If you have it.
I hope no one have it so we can go outside to have a beer, but no, I'm joking. So please, who want to ask some questions to Marco? No one? Happy? No one? So Marco, you did a great job.
I know.
You were
Don't worry.
spectacular. So at this point, what can I say? Thank you so much.
Very good.